What about, I have to ask about the queen of the world, Madonna.
She is the queen.
She is the queen.
The first day I got called to do Madonna's hair was one of the scariest days of my life. It was like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? And I was doing Katie Lang and Sandra Bernhardt and Ingrid Caceres, Sandra's girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And then Katie's girlfriend, Katie Lang, for a little while. And then Madonna and Madonna's best friend, whether they were together or not, nobody ever knew, but it didn't matter. But I knew Katie Lang and Ingrid and Sandra, and I knew that they were all in like a circle, a group, and they had spoken to Madonna about me, and she was like, okay, yeah, listen, I know who he is. I'll have him up. So Ingrid called me and said, Jonathan, you're doing Madonna's hair today. Cancel all your appointments. I don't give a shit who you're doing. She wants you to come up. You got to go do her. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And I had like a full day, it was like a nightmare. But I canceled everybody and I went up and I was like a church mouse, like, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And, I was so freaked out. And I usually don't get, I never, ever got nervous. But with her, you got nervous, And I went in and, she was like, yeah, I don't want a lot off. I just want you to trim it and shape it. But I know you're great. I'm not telling you how to do your thing, but just go ahead and do it. And I did it and she loved it. And, like during the whole haircut, we were talking and, I mellowed out and she was cool. But it was definitely, it was an experience, and then her youngest, her little girl,
Lourdes,
yeah, picked up one of my products that I'm not going to say the name of it again, but one of my old products, she picked it up, and while I'm doing Madonna's hair, she picked it up and like, she was a little baby. She was like, this tall, a little tiny baby little girl. She picked it up and like scooped all of it out all over her hands and like went like this and put it all over her face and all over her hair and her shirt and her body. And I was doing Madonna's hair and it like, we weren't looking at her, but we were, she was in the kitchen with us. I was doing her hair in the kitchen and like, we all turned around and went like, oh my God, what's that all over you? What are you doing? And Madonna was like, it was M, not Madonna, right? M.
Yeah.
She was like, and Ingrid was there. And Ingrid was like, M, it's okay. It's Jonathan's it's Jonathan's, grease paste. It's okay. It's safe, right, Jonathan? I was like, yeah, it's totally safe, but like, you don't want to eat it. You know what I mean? And she was like, well, I don't think she ate it. Did you eat it, Lourdes, honey? Did you put it in your mouth? And she was like, no. But it was like all over her face and all over her hair and her arms. And we were like, Madonna was like, oh, it's okay. Just throw her in the shower and wash her off. And I was like, oh my God, my first day here, cutting her hair, her little daughter like takes like 4 ounces of like, hair paste and grease and just plasters it all over herself. And I was like, I'm never going to be invited back up here again, which didn't happen. I was invited back up. And
you were?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I did her hair for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah, she was great, but she was always, it's funny because she was easier than almost anyone that I did because she would always just say to me, just do what you want. What do you think? Do what you want. What do you think? When, if she had like an opinion or she needed something, specific, believe me, there was no gray area there. The day she hired me on one of her videos to make these 4 couples, male and female, look like twins, like Siamese twins, I can't remember which video it was, but the makeup artist had her job and my job was to make their hair, and their haircuts look identical. Some we had to put wigs on, but she was like, let me tell you something. They better look not identical, but like the same fucking person. And I know you can do it, but I know it's not easy. But if it's not exactly the same, I'm gonna know. So it better be exactly the fucking same. Do not make me come back here and say to you, this needs to be changed. So,
That's what she said to you.
Oh yeah, she was very serious about it. Listen, they ended up all looking exactly the same.